Do you know, it's been more than 40 years since Marc Almond first took the UK charts by storm as one half of the synth-pop duo Soft Cell.
Yes, the unmistakable sound of hits including Tainted Love and Torch are just some of the singles in a catalogue of more than 30 albums now. He's back with another.
We're going to talk to Marc in a moment, but first, if you need one, here's a reminder of some of those songs which came to define a generation.
This tainted love you've given, I give you all a boy could give you. Take my...
Almond or almond?
It's a meme.
I can tell you now, Marc likes to chat. That is the truth.
Okay.
You
Hi,
like
everybody.
to chat, don't you, Marc?
I do. I was just telling Naga that last time I was on here, we became a meme because we were trying to pronounce my name and it went viral. And they turned it into like a comedy meme thing. I think it actually made TikTok, actually.
Oh, there you go.
I think they are.
Wasn't it because you then got confused about how you pronounce your surname?
Sure, I can't even remember.
Go on, what's your name?
Right, I'm going to do this very quickly. Almond. Right, everybody, I'm going to look at you now and I'm going to say... Because we get
Which camera are we on?
We're there.
Camera
Before
five.
we get sidetracked onto how to pronounce my name, I've got an album out today.
Oh, okay.
It's out today. It's called I'm Not Anyone, and it's kind of full... It's covers, and I've got touring in the autumn. I'm Not Anyone tour, 45 years of cover songs I'll be doing in the autumn. Now we can talk about anything.
We were going to talk about that. I was going to talk about... So, Almond we've established. We've also established, I told you, I didn't realise Tainted Love was a cover.
I think that's great, because then that means we put our unique stamp on it and made it our own. Really, everybody does think it's our song, but it wasn't. It was a Northern Soul. It wasn't that well known, but we took it and made it well known, and then the Northern Soul record became well known itself. So, yeah, I mean, I've always enjoyed doing... I like to write my own songs too, but I love doing cover songs. I find more of a kind of freedom with it in a way, because, you know, you get held down with your own baggage of your own songs, and singing somebody else's song gives me this great feeling of freedom. And there are great songs out there to be found and covered, great words. And the I'm Not Anyone album was a great adventure for me to do, because I spent a year and a half preparing the songs, writing lists, taking things on, taking things off, deciding what to do, till I finally get to decide that final 12 songs. And it's a very emotional journey for me, because the songs on it are very emotional songs. I cover all kinds of genres, from gospel to folk to psychedelic rock to progressive rock to pop and everything else, but bring it all together in this one great emotional record, which says a lot about, hopefully, about my life and the world, and my fans as well can relate to it. There, I've done my album bit.
Yeah, and the constant, of course, is your amazing voice. I can tell you, this morning, we start broadcasting at 6 o'clock, and at 5:45 or whatever, just outside here, everyone was gathering, getting ready to go. They were singing your songs.
Were they really?
Yes.
Oh, that's amazing.
That's true, isn't it? Yeah.
Well,
There was a
Charlie,
little sing-along. Tracy wasn't there? Tracy
Yes.
was guilty. A little sing-along going on.
Really, Tracy? That's
Yes, absolutely true.
Bless you.
And because they are songs that absolutely sit in people's heads. And I'm just curious, you must have heard stories over the years about places where your songs have been played, or moments that have been special to people with your music.
Well, a song like Tainted Love or Somebody's Got a Hold of My Heart and things, I mean, I've got the cover songs that I've done, they represent special moments in people's lives. Maybe they had their first love, or they got married, or it's when they were at school or whatever, even at school, because I've got you know, whatever. So, I mean, it does have, certain songs you do have special resonance to people and a special meaning and a special... It means something to them. So when in the autumn, when I do the tour, I'm going to be picking on various cover songs from the past 45 years this year in music for me. So I'm going to be picking on songs, cover songs only, from the past 45 years. Of course, some of the most popular ones, but things from my different albums that I've done. A couple of my favourites, paying tribute to some of my favourite artists. Like this year is 100 years of Charles Aznavour. And I've covered 100 years celebration of Charles Aznavour, and I've covered quite a few of his songs in the past. So I'll do a tribute to Charles Aznavour, to various people that I liked. So no original songs this year. It's all cover songs this year. Next year will be original music, but this year just covers.
I was reading an interview you did, and you were talking about watching Charles Aznavour on stage, and just how it was 90.
He was about 93, I think, yeah.
Comes on stage and you think, is he going to be able to? And after a couple of songs, completely into it. Still uses a teleprompter, and, you know, to get going, which I know...
We've all used teleprompters.
Well, but you had a horrific accident 20 years ago, so...
I did, you know, and since after then, I mean, I do sometimes... I can remember... I've learned hundreds of songs in my 45 years, and I change songs all the time in my set. I do different songs. I maybe do songs once or twice, and I do sometimes rely... I do have a teleprompter, so sometimes I'll admit that for confidence. I don't often look at it, but sometimes if it's not there, I get in a stage fright and stage panic because I have so much to remember and so many things, such a musical history of songs that sometimes I just need to be nudged a bit.
Are you a
I'll
perfectionist?
admit that we also have
We
also
have,
cue
yeah, we
here.
have.
Well, you do
I'll
actually,
admit
yeah.
it's a fact, it's there. Yes.
We didn't
Get
memorise
back
all of
to Charles Aznavour. He was 93. He had teleprompters in different languages because he sang in about three or four different languages. He came on stage and he turned into this young man. And it was amazing. I love watching older performers. I like to go and watch them. You know, people say, oh, they might not have the voice anymore. They might not, you know, they're a bit old or whatever. But you can learn so much from them. It's like the stagecraft, the way they perform. It's like a masterclass of learning.
I'm sure we'll do this all the time. I think we've got you on Top of the Pops a long time ago.
Have you?
Oh,
I love
no,
that.
this is pre-Top of the Pops.
Oh, my God.
This is an interview.
What are you going to hit me with?
I don't know. Let's have a look.
Well, you sort of never really sort of think that you are going to get that far. Like, one week you're watching Top of the Pops, and next week you're on it. It's, it's sort of, I don't know, it's just sort of amazing. When I heard the news this morning, I just sort of, I wasn't really sort of shocked. I just went, well, and I went and made a cup of tea.
You're taking the mickey out of yourself.
That was, I think, they're just hearing about the I mean, I see those things, you know, I mean, I look at Dave there looking all kind of bashful as well, but yeah, it's nice that I've been doing some soft sell shows again, and we are writing together at the moment as well.
What was it, when you see that version of yourself then, you recognise, you feel like a very different person?
I do feel a different person. I mean, that was 46 years ago, 45 years ago. I don't recognise the person, but you look at it and you think, well, you know, it's kind of... I mean, what can I say? It's just... it's a memory, isn't it? It's kind of a memory that kind of comes back, and it's a nice memory, but you do change over the years. I watch those old... I find it very hard to watch my old appearances and things on TV. I watch them and I have to watch them through my fingers because I'm thinking, oh, what was I wearing? What was I doing? What was I singing?
Living,
well, I can tell you what, it's always
it.
a delight to have you here on the sofa with us this morning, and thank you for reminiscing a little bit.
Thank you, Charlie.
It's been really lovely to see you here today.
We'll do it again, don't worry. Marc Almond's new album, I'm Not Anyone, is out now.
Today.
His tour begins in Leeds in September.
Highly emotional songs, which I hope will resonate with all my fans. So
he's giving it the hard sell.
I'm giving it the hard sell.
Yes, not the soft sell, the hard sell.
The hard sell.
There you go. That's what you did.
Headlines are coming up.
And we can become a meme again.